Hey, what's up? Welcome back. It's Matt with MJ Gabel. Today we're covering how to get into the diamond business, part 7. A topic that I have not covered yet on my channel or in the parts of how to get into the diamond business is finished goods, mounted goods, pieces of jewelry that already have diamonds in them, and basically the value of them. So pieces like this. This does have diamonds. It is also a sapphire from Tanzania in the center. So I didn't touch on this in my previous series because if you thought that just diamond grading and learning how to value diamonds was difficult, the finished goods, mounted goods is a whole different ball game. There's a lot of variables that go into pricing and understanding these pieces, from the type of gold, whether it's 10, 14, or 18 karat or platinum, the type of goods, whether they're I1, I2, SI, VS, VVS, and the color grade in those pieces, how they're manufactured or made. Are they handmade? Are they casted? Are they signed goods? Tiffany, Cartier, Van Cleef, Harry Winston. That it's no different than like the, gemstones. Gemstones is a whole nother course and a whole nother class that you'd have to take. I mean, there's diamonds and diamond grading and diamond essentials, understanding diamonds and how to value them and how to grade them. When you get done with that, then you'd have to get into the gemstone side of it. So aquamarines, rubies, sapphires, tanzanite, and understanding out how to grade those and price those. And then there's finished goods of jewelry or mounted goods, whether it be necklaces, rings, bracelets, earrings, and understanding those markets and the value of those pieces. So getting into the diamond business depends on what side of the fence or where your specialty is. You kind of have to learn a lot in a very short period of time in order to kind of get by. Granted, I've got almost 15 years in the business, and I was able to be taught and mentor with somebody who mentored me, that I learned about gold and specifically diamonds, and my wife got involved prior to us being married, and she actually went to the GIA courses and took all the diamond essential diamond courses and all the gemstone courses. And then we kind of learned together and kind of leaned on each other and was able to buy goods and understand them. So I love finished goods. I mean, I like loose diamonds too, because to me, they're very cut and dry. If you've got a diamond that's like a 4 karat GH color, SI clarity, like I can pretty much predict exactly what that diamond's going to do, both in the wholesale market and what we call the secondary market, if I sell that diamond back to the public, to an end user consumer, for obviously a much higher price than wholesale. We're extremely good at that, and that's because of the literally hundreds of thousands of pieces that we purchased, consigned, or brokered through the years, and understanding those markets. So when you talk about a diamond ring or a finished piece of jewelry, what goes into the value of that? So the first thing is, let's just take a standard good. If anything typically is mounted in 10 karat gold, I can almost guarantee you the diamonds in there are not great quality. Those are lower caliber pieces that typically K's, Zales, some of the larger chains sell. They are manufactured in quantities. The quality is not there. They'll charge you a lot for them because remember, those big box stores typically has like a 3.5 times margin. So keep that in mind. But usually when things are mounted in either sterling silver with diamonds, not really good quality. Tiffany's the only exception in that. Or 10 karat gold. So if somebody says, my aunt or my grandmother or family member left me, several pieces, they're all 10 karat, I can tell you that unfortunately that person's going to be disappointed in the value of those. Anything high quality or really good is normally not produced in 10 karat gold. Then there's 14 karat gold. This is the average. This is what most things are made out of, is 14 karat gold with diamonds, diamond engagement rings, necklaces, bracelets, etc. So the difference there would be the quality of the diamonds that are being used in that piece. It's going to determine the value. So I'll use a tennis bracelet because I just answered this question for one of my followers and subscribers about, I think I used a 5 karat tennis bracelet or necklace as an example. So if you take a run-of-the-mill 5 carat total weight, many little diamonds that equal 5 carats. The average retail brand new on that piece is going to be about $10,000 to $12,000, usually about $2,000 a carat, give or take, if they're like SI goods. Now, once that's been used and worn, the value then drops to about $500 a carat because it can be resold in the marketplace as used for about $1,000 a carat. So if you were to buy that over the counter from somebody used, you're going to want to be in the $500-$600 per carat range, and you're going to want to sell that then refinished, used, end user consumer for about $1,000 a carat. That's just what it is, and that's with any cluster pieces or items that have got multiple diamonds in there. Now, if they got a large diamond, like a 2 carat in the center with a 1 carat halo, that's going to be priced predominantly on that 2 carat diamond that sits in the center. No different than invisible set or quads. When you're talking about a diamond ring that's got 4 princess cuts in the center to make it look like one big one, they're usually a 1/4 carat to equal a carat. Those, again, if it's a carat, it's going to be worth about $500. That's considered a cluster ring, or they call it invisible set. So that same 5 carat tennis bracelet or necklace, in like a Tiffany or Cartier, it's going to be substantially more. So they're usually, they can be like $5,000 to $10,000 a carat, literally. Those hold their value a lot better, and those pieces are typically signed and they're made out of 18 karat or platinum. Okay, so those pieces, new, have got a large margin in there, but they also command a larger return in the used secondary market. And I can't really give you any examples because it's by piece, and it depends seriously whether it's a Tiffany, Harry Winston, Van Cleef, Cartier. They have different price points. Harry Winston and Van Cleef are on the higher end, same with Cartier and Tiffany. They're kind of like neck and neck. One is a little bit more than the other. I can tell you that Harry Winston only uses like DEF quality diamonds color-wise in VS2 or better. Tiffany is a little bit looser on the color, but same with the clarity. They're typically VS. I don't see a whole lot of VVS, but they do have them. And in Cartier, their average is somewhere with Tiffany. They typically use VS quality stones in a higher color, not DEF, but they are sometimes FG colored stones, and they're good. So I know there's a lot of videos on the internet and ballers and people with iced out stuff, and they talk about VVS quality in their necklace. 9 times out of 10, they're not VVS. Nobody's picking VVS quality diamonds to go in a diamond tennis necklace. Typically, they're VS or SI. There's just no sense. They sell them like that, but I can tell you they're probably not, because the difference between VVS and VS in a necklace, the price point's going to be substantial because nobody puts VVS in necklaces. And you, the common buyer or person, isn't going to understand the difference between a VS and a VVS unless you're a gemologist, you have the education, So, and then there's like the middle of the road in between there, right? Like there's the 10 and 14 karat goods, and then there's like the signed goods, but there is a middle sliver. There's like custom goods or pieces that have been manufactured very well or created by hand very well. Those are typically hand-picked diamonds. They can be in the VS quality, high color grade that has been crafted and skilled into a beautiful piece of jewelry. These are usually antique, estate, retro pieces that we see, some independent or individual artists that are out there that have created some beautiful pieces. You do see those, and they're like one of one. Savant is one of them. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, but they are out there, and these pieces are unbelievable. Those don't hold as much value as the Cartier, Tiffany, and Harry Winston because they don't have the name associated with that piece. But they also aren't valued at the 14 karat SIGH goods. They're valued kind of in the middle. So those would probably be in like the $25 to $35, sometimes $4,000 per carat range. But they're a lot more difficult to sell when you pick them up used or secondhand, because many people may not know that artist or that designer. So it's going to be a lot more difficult to sell at a premium than a Cartier, Harry Winston, Tiffany, etc. So finished goods, if that's where you're leaning towards, it's a really fun industry. I love finished goods. We see so many cool pieces. I've seen unbelievable pieces through the year. I mean, brooches that are encrusted 10, 12, 15 carats of diamonds. Custom necklaces that are 20, 30 carats of diamonds with a Columbia emerald sank in the center of it. I mean, we've literally handled many of those goods, and it's very cool to see what's out there. And we never know what's going to be shipped into us or walk through the door. And I'm kind of seeing so many pieces that it takes a substantial piece to really make me step back and be like, wow, this is a fantastic piece. And that as you get into this business and you see pieces, you'll be surprised at your first 1 carat, 2 carat, 3 carat. And then when you start handling 10, 15, 20 carat diamonds, those 1, 2, 5 carat stones really don't have as much pull as it did when you first saw them. And it goes for finished goods too. When you start dealing with high carat weight pieces that are in the 6, 7 figure range, the ones that are 20 and 30 and 40,000 aren't as substantial to you. We still treat them the same. We still try to get our clients the highest price. They're just not, once you drive, let's say a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, jumping into a Corvette may be a completely different experience, or a Cadillac for that matter. So nevertheless, we don't discriminate on any diamond piece that we work with. We work with anything basically in a $25,000 to $3,000 range, all the way up to 6 and 7 figure pieces, collector's pieces, one-of-a-kind pieces, obviously with assigned goods. So you'll find your niche and you'll work with what you want to work with. But if you're interested in learning more about the finished goods and how to price them, that's going to be, I can cover a lot of topics and a lot of videos on this. There's a lot to learn on that. But in the interim, if you need help with a finished piece of jewelry that is mounted goods and you need help buying it or selling it or an idea of price point, reach out to us. I'm happy to help you with that. And again, I've said this before, but guys, I keep making these videos because of you, the comments and how many people are watching them, the emails and the phone calls that I'm getting from you guys interested in this business and wanting to learn more. So I truly appreciate it. If you like the content I'm putting out there, do me a favor, like the channel, subscribe, comment below so I know that you guys are out there, and I'll continue to do the best that I can to bring you the best content weekly. It's been about weekly, and I'll try to continue to do that. So again, thanks for watching. Because of you, this is why I do it. And stay tuned for more content on our channel. Thanks, guys.